Hi, everybody. Yes, I just went live. I was like, let's just go live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Let the people get in here because I just started like 4 minutes early. I figured why not? I don't think we'll have too much of a crazy, it's kind of a slow day a little bit today. Hold up. Put a one in the chat if y'all can see me. Let me know because I can see me, but I don't know if you guys see me. Shout out to everybody, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. We'll wait for the people to get in here. Hi, everybody. Thank you. You'll be in the bushes. No worries, Chico. Shout out to you. Thank you. All right, Pika. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to the mods. I'm waiting for the people to get in here. Got a couple of topics, but today was kind of I tend to go live earlier in the day. Let's see if I can fix my mic real quick. And I just wasn't able to go live earlier today. She's had a lot going on. Welcome, everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm letting the people get in here. Hey, everybody. You actually got notified? Wow. I'm surprised. I really am that you got notified. Because, like, literally, some of those notifications like work and don't work. Hey, Priya, how are you, my love? Shout out to everybody coming through. I'm letting the people come in here. Hey, Mizi, how are you? Shout out to you. You got notified. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm feeling pretty good that why? I don't know why they work today. Out of all the days, sometimes they don't even work. I got the email. You got the email. Okay. Well, you got an email notification or you got notified. Wow. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome. Hey, Art Deco Rose. Shout out to you. Welcome everybody coming through. I'm just letting the people fill in the room because we got a couple of topics to talk about. Definitely, some of which we follow because we've reported on before, and some of which we might be a little new to. Okay, so we're gonna do what we do best, and it's just kind of hit the ground running. Oh, the email notify you. Well, that's good. Good to know. YT is awake today. Did it actually notify you, Didi? See, and I started early, like a couple minutes early, because I said, well, I have time. I might as well just go live. Shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for being here. All right, while the room is filling up, we just giving the people some time to get in here. And let me let people know that we live now as well. We live now. Okay. Thank you. It is a Wednesday, depending on what side of the world you are at. Could be a Thursday morning. I don't know. We got people from different parts of the world, but it is a Wednesday for me night. The hour changed, so that kind of can mess up with people. Can mess people. All right, here we go. Shout out to everybody. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We definitely got some topics to talk about. Um, sorry. Shout out to Sylvia. You just messaged me. Okay. A story we've been following. Now, it's been going on in the UK courts, and I have been in and out of reporting it. Part of it is because I've had other things that have have come to my radar. So it's been very difficult for me to follow everything that's happening here. But we have an update on the Julia Wandelt story situation. The woman that conned a lot of people basically in believing that she is Madeleine McCann. She was three missing other people before. She believes she's Madeleine McCann. She was stalking the McCanns. Now, Madeleine McCann, excuse me, not Madeleine McCann. She was stalking Gerry and Kate McCann. That's Madeleine McCann's parents. For those that don't know, the McCann case is one that is like got a lot of attention back in the day when it happened. Madeleine McCann is the one little girl that went missing in Portugal while the parents were out partying it up. This was, I think, 2007. It was. And it's long been believed. I mean, there's different theories about what happened to this child. Personally, I believe that she died and she is not with us. But this woman by the name of Julia Wandelt, now I know this is art, so I'm going to try to show you a real picture of her. Some of you guys may not know. She's somebody that we've been following for a long, long time. She went viral. She was on Dr. Phil. Here's a picture of her. Better picture of her. She was on Dr. Phil claiming to be Madeleine McCann. She was claiming to be different kinds of, other missing children. And so she actually went as far as to stalking the the McCanns. She went to the property. She was stalking them, following them, calling them, recording. She told the Scotland Yard, I'm never going to give up, because she's never going to give up being Madeleine McCann after they told her that it's not her. Finally, in court, they brought in the DNA evidence that shows that this woman is not. She's not Maddie McCann. Okay. And so she came to the platform, and there's a lot of people that have given her a lot of opportunity to say and believe whatever the hell she wants to believe. They've donated to her. She's asked for money. She's scammed a lot of people. But a lot of us that followed this story and Art Deco, this was because her supporters were paying for her to go to the McCanns. There are some people that do not like the McCanns, and I'm not a fan of the McCanns, please note that. But I knew this girl was not Maddie McCann. Okay. When I did my due diligence and research, I found that she tried to beat 3 missing people. They've had nonprofits testify. They've had the McCanns testify. So she's in court on these stalking charges. She's from Poland. So she from Poland all the way to the UK and basically filmed her crime with another enabler. This goes deep. So finally, the jury is resting on this stalking case. They are resting. All right. So not resting. I'm sorry, deliberating. That's what they're doing, deliberating. They rest and they deliberate. The jury is deliberating. That's what it is. A prosecution has rested. Now they're out there deliberating. So we're about to find out what the UK courts are going to say. The Crown Courts, I think that's what they call them. Whole different district jurisdiction. But Julia Wandelt, she did the most in this court situation. She put on the waterworks and the theatrics and was like, why are you doing this to me? Crying up in the courtroom and doing the most. And yeah. So finally, jury's out to deliberate and we'll probably have a verdict. But I do want to say this. I told you so, right? Because I do feel like I earned and I told you so, given that a lot of enablers were enabling her behavior. And then it's not even that. When you tell people, the supporters, she's not Madeleine McCann, well, maybe she's not, but she could be another missing person. Then people go into a different, I don't want to argue about who and what. At the end of the day, she's not Maddie McCann. She is not, what is it? You are not the father. That whatever Maury said, okay? She's not Madeleine McCann. That's it. There's nothing to it. And I do wonder what's going to happen here. We're waiting to hear what the jury says. So we'll definitely be live talking about it. Night Charm says, Rabs, what Lisa Nampanelli Kov Jason Lee got going on? Wait, why do you call Jason Lee? Now I got to see a picture. Hold up. What? Oh, well, now you took us to the other topic. Oh, my Lord have mercy. All right. So we're going to talk about Jason Lee. Put it one in the chat if you know. Okay. So anyways, before we move on, again, we're going to be following this. I've just been in and out because they're on trial right now. And it's a lot of stuff happening. But we're following that. Okay. Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked. Okay. Look, Jason Lee ran for vice city mayor of Stockton, right? I think in 2024, and he was elected, and he did his run, he did his thing, he did, okay, and he won a chair to be vice mayor. For those that don't know, that's actually a paid position in that seat, just so people are aware. It's not as much as the mayor, but it's definitely a paid position. Now hold up, I was trying to look for something that, because Night Charm is gonna make me search this real quick just because I want to. No, why did you call? Wait. Oh. So this is, you talk about Fugazi? Is that Fugazi? Or you're saying that this is Jason Lee? Lord have mercy. Anyways, let me stop. Okay. Jason Lee has been going back and forth. Hey, Poe, how are you? Shout out to you. Hope you're doing well, Poe. Shout out to Poe. Okay. Jason Lee, listen, Hollywood Unlocked. I've followed Jason Lee, I don't know for how many years at this point. Because in my mind, I'm thinking about like the mess when he threw that drink at Nasal E. I don't like Hazel E. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Nasal E, Hazel E, whatever the hell her name is. I thought it was hilarious when Masika would make fun of her. I'm sorry. I don't like the girl. I really don't. Something about her, she just seems so fake. But anyways, Jason Lee got his start, at least when I was introduced to him, was on Love and Hip Hop in the Hollywood version of it when Ray J was still relevant back in that time. He was still a little relevant. Not so much relevant now, but he's a troll now, right? So, oh, hold up, y'all. Baby Bunny came in and got her a snack that she had here. Anyways, so now she's going back to the sitter. So Jason Lee, that's where we met him, Hollywood Unlock or whatever, with the Ray J crew and everything. The Tia Marie was there and all that. I remember that's when I used to watch Hollywood Unlock, or excuse me, Love and Hip Hop. He had the blog Hollywood Unlock. He's definitely grown that platform. He's got a lot of connects. He's friends with, I think, very close friends with Cardi B. He's kind of like this I don't know, Hollywood blogger, right? He's got a channel here, a big channel. I would say 500,000, if not more, subscribers. He decides to run for mayor for this vice mayor for the city of Stockton. Excuse me. He did that, right? And he got into some hot water over the Wild 'N Out situation. So what he did is that he wanted to bring the crew from Wild 'N Out, because he was in Wild 'N Out, to perform over in Stockton. And there was something to do with money that somehow it just didn't pan out and there wasn't enough. So they had to dig into some subsidy, something like that. And they had to bring in other, situationships to make it work for Hollywood Unlock. Otherwise, that event wouldn't have happened. That event was brought over there. Jason Lee was actually an entertainer as well in this event. So there was questions about whether he was paid by the city for many of that money, which he proved he was not. I think it's important to show that. He proved that he was not. Now, the thing about Jason Lee as a vice city mayor, it's like, if you guys, I don't know if anybody's been watching the council meetings or anything, it gets really, really, really spicy in there. He said, girl, he's going to come for you. Why? I've never said anything wrong with it. He can come for anybody that he wants to. It's the truth. And I've made videos about it. There's some stuff that I can agree and disagree with. Like we were supposed to be afraid. It's commentary. Like, you can't silence people. Now, hold up, y'all. Hold up. Sorry. Yeah, like he sits in these meetings, right? And it gets really spicy. Now, mind you, these committee meetings, these city council meetings, they're all recorded, they're all public, right? So you see this tension that's building between him and the mayor. Now, I find her to be crazy, and I did call out the mayor for being a bit of a hypocrite, because I do think it's hypocritical that, she was supporting Jason Lee, and now they don't even get along. They don't get along. And she went on his platform, and now she's got a problem with cameras and all this other stuff. I'm just like, what is the problem, with that? I mean, if it's being recorded, but she's upset because it's kind of panning out to be like a bit of a reality TV show. There's a lot of controversy happening between this. But anyways, so news broke yesterday, and I want to talk a little bit about this. And I did a little video, and you guys didn't even show it love, which I'm a little upset that you all didn't even go over there and hit the like button and show love and do what you have to do, to support creators like myself. Please go do that. Let me see if I can pull it. So this is so crazy right now, y'all. Hold up. Is this the video? Let's see if I can pull it. Here it is. Shout out to Diddy Docket who shared this with me. Okay. Thank you for watching it twice. Thank you. This broke, and now people are catching up, and people are just now talking about it. But like I said, there's been a lot of back and forth with Jason Lee in the city of Stockton and the position that he's in right now. Let's go.
Brewing battle on the Stockton City Council. The mayor speaking out earlier today about some concerns with her vice mayor.
That's right. Your reporter covering San Joaquin County, Charlie LaPastora, is getting answers on the argument spilling into tonight's meeting.
Stockton Mayor Christina Fugazi says she's starting an ad hoc committee to gather facts, examine evidence, to hold Vice Mayor Jason Lee accountable. Mayor Fugazi says there's been concerns with Vice Mayor Lee's involvement in a proposal of a nonprofit.
I keep calling her Fugazi and it's Fugazi. My bad, Mayor. I don't think she watches any of the YouTubers, but I do personally. I kept saying Fugazi because it just like Fugazi. It gives that, right? Tatted Little Tiger, thank you for becoming a member and supporting the channel, love. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, he's selling out. I'm telling you, he's about himself messing with his famous friends over, gay fam. I'm telling people have said different things. I think I saw your comment. I might have hearted it where you were talking about that. Hey, baby K, how are you? You were talking about that. You said that it seemed like he's using this position as clout, and whatnot. And I'm a little conflicted. Let me tell you why. Because I feel like there's really good opportunity if for him to use this following, right, in his reporting, his social media, to really build a city that already struggles. Guys, like I said this before, like twice in my video, the city of Stockton filed for bankruptcy, Chapter 9, in 2012. I mean, a little over 10 years ago, okay? They're still recovering from that. And to me, it's like, well, that's cool. You got somebody that sits there that's able to bring some of the, celebrities or maybe some attractions to Stockton. I've been to Stockton. I used to live in Lodi. I know Stockton very well. I lived in Chowchilla when I was a kid. These are areas that I grew up in as a kid. So I'm very familiar. And there isn't a whole lot going on in Stockton. So to a certain degree, I'm a little bit like, there's a good opportunity for him to do good. However, I kind of don't like the vibe that he's got to be able to separate Jason Lee, the personality, with Jason Lee, the vice, mayor. Like he doesn't do it very well. If you guys watch these meetings, they get crazy. And then he puts people on blast on his social media. How is that helping anything? Now, people have said, well, he's exposing. Yes. Okay. Maybe I'll give you that. Maybe he's exposing Fugazi, and other people, officials. I can give you that. But there's a way to do it without getting all this negative clout on you. Does that make sense? That's the part that I'm like, I wish he would do this different, but he doesn't. I don't know why. But anyways, let's keep going.
Founded, supposedly asking for $58 million in public funds. There are other concerns that the committee will look into. Allegations of bringing camera crews into City Hall to film reality-style promotional content without getting approval, and creating a hostile work environment, allegedly verbally abusing staff. For Stockton Mayor Fugazi, she says comments on social media.
Now, again, I don't know if that is happening, allegedly verbally abusing staff. What does that mean? Who are you cussing out? And why are you cussing out? And who do you think you are? Because again, this is a vice mayor position. Paid by who? Everybody that lives there. So you got to act accordingly. This is not Jason Lee, blogger Jason Lee. This is a vice mayor. That's what I'm saying, is you have to act accordingly when it comes to this. You don't get to verbally abuse anybody. No. And your heart has to be in the right place when you want to do a position like this. Gay Fam says, please know I was a big fan of his. One day I asked him why he wasn't at an event and he snapped at me. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know the guy personally. I've heard different stories, heard different things people have said. So I'm not coming from a place of knowing him at all. I really don't. I only know what he's presented out there. I'm just waiting when I watch these, city council meetings. I'm waiting for him to grab his drink and throw it at the mayor, because that's how heated this shit gets. And some of you guys aren't watching. I am. I've been paying attention. I see how crazy it gets between these two. You said I knew. Oh, yes. I was born. I was born and raised. I moved when I was at a certain age, but yeah, like I'm a Cali girl for sure. Let's see. And it's not a reality TV show. Absolutely. I thought you could film in any public proper setting. We need our First Amendment honors. Greg, and that's a great point. And they're already filming. I think what the mayor is saying is that they're bringing production and setting things up for like a reality TV show. I don't know, man. Wait, First Liberties podcast. No. Is that how you feel? Why do you feel that way? Thank you, Violet. I'm just saying, you have to play. Like, you know what you're doing when it comes to these kinds of meetings. Okay. All right, let's keep going.
By Vice Mayor Lee were directed toward her family.
Make no mistake, Stockton will not be exploited for anyone's personal agenda or network of associates.
Hold up. See, and I don't like that she said that. Now, what did she say about the family? Hold up.
Reality-style promotional content without getting approval and creating a hostile work environment, allegedly verbally abusing staff. For Stockton Mayor Fugazi, she says comments on social media by Vice Mayor Lee were directed toward her family.
He does put these people on blast on social media. He does. Okay, so if this is happening, which I've seen it. I've seen the stuff that he says on social media, and like I said, I don't have a problem with Jason Lee. I just think that when it comes to situations like that, you really have to tone it down, like you do. But it would be different. And I thought about this. I said, look, I'm all for exposing the things that don't make sense. I'm here for it, right? But you're literally sitting, that's your like counterpart. If this is really about the city and making it better, you're going to sit there and fix it with her. That's what you do, right? It would be different if this relationship had no repair, and maybe that's where it's at. I don't know. But you have to kind of like, well, is this about Jason Lee or is this about the city of Stockton? What comes first? The city of Stockton should be number one, in my opinion. Right? And that's just my thought. Anyways.
Make no mistake, Stockton will not be exploited for anyone's personal agenda or network of associates. Not now, not ever. Our city deserves accountability, stability, and a government focused on the real work.
Now, regarding this matter, I spoke with Vice Mayor Lee after this press conference, and he said he'll be sending out a press release. Mayor Fugazi said she moved Vice Mayor Lee's seat because she's afraid of him. However, just before the meeting started right here in City Hall, they moved the plaque right next to Mayor Fugazi's seat, so they were sitting right next to each other again during tonight's city council meeting.
It's crazy, man. They sit with each other. That's the thing, is that they're literally right next to each other. And like I said, I have been like capturing different things and whatnot about the situation. They don't fuck with each other. They don't like each other, but yet she went to his platform, and something happened in there that made the situation maybe worse, I think, for them, or maybe made it a little bit more hostile. I don't know, man. I'm kind of like conflicted. People are saying that this is his karma, that he's going to be going to jail. And I'm just reading social media comments that people are saying about Jason Lee at this point. People are saying, well, he's done. Like, they're going to remove him from that seat. I don't know if that's the case. I think that they would have to figure something out. There have been different things that have been said about Jason Lee at this point in that position. And she's making, Christina Fugazi is making a lot of allegations. She is. I don't know, man. If he didn't do anything wrong about the money, investigate it, have it clear. What bothers me about this situation is that Jason Lee is threatening to sue the city of Stockton. Again, the city of Stockton filed for bankruptcy. Okay. It was in so much debt. And now you're threatening to sue the city that you wanted to be a part of and were elected, and people trusted you, that you were going to, help out. That's the problem. I don't know. I'm conflicted. Like I said, I don't have to like Jason. I could like, I don't know. Just no shade against him. It just seems kind of off to me that that's what you're doing. Yeah, and it's very uncomfortable. You should hours upon hours of these meetings. They're literally sitting there. These council meetings, they're sitting together. They cut each other off. They and I get where Jason is coming from to a certain degree, but these aren't blogs. This is not the entertainment business. That's not that. That has to be something that you put aside for your channel or whatever, right? For your blog. I just think that he needs to tone it down a bit. And if he's there for the city, and I really do believe that that's why people elected him. They elected him so that he could really be there for them, to be a voice. I truly believe and genuinely believe that that's what he wanted to do. I just don't know if any of that could be fixed, because there's been different things that this mayor has said at this point, and she has made a lot of allegations against him. It's a couple fighting in front of friends, very uncomfortable. And these are professionals. You have lawyers in there. You have people in there that are like, they call them out. I said this and that and the other, and then somebody's like, trying to intervene. Like, that's how bad it is. I'm telling you. I'm waiting for that drink to hit somebody, because that's how bad it's gotten. It's giving reality TV show. You said drama farming, it's given that. But you have to kind of be mindful of what you're saying. You said, no, I don't care what he's done, what she did by calling him out and using the word "I'm afraid of him" is really walking in the line of her being afraid of some hot legal trouble. I'm afraid of him is walking the line of her being in some hot legal trouble. Why would that be, Kraken? What if she is afraid of him? I don't know. I mean, I'm not her, There's different things that's being said. I don't know. And I don't want to take that away from her, because I don't know. Recall them both. You said, okay. I don't know. Maybe they need to recall them both. Maybe there needs to be a mediation. Like, it's crazy. Straight up from here, though, just interested in why he's here and the truth. Why? Okay. And here's the other allegation that they're making, Gay Fam. They're saying that Jason isn't even from, like, he doesn't reside in Stockton. He lives in LA. So does he reside there or not? I guess, he's elected to be in that position. Does he have a property there? I don't know. You said she could be onto something, but if not, we should know they are hating on him. It seems highly unlikely, but let's see. Like I said, the city of Stockton is not the first time that things have gone kind of crazy there. Honestly. Yeah, she could be legitimately afraid of him, but by making the statement on the record during a presser or a city council meeting is pushing a fine line of civil suit jeopardy. And I think that, he could sue her. And that's crazy work. Like I said, imagine suing a city that already has had to move on from bankruptcy. And these are people that elected to be in those positions. What are we doing here? And I'm not siding with her. Please note that, because I've seen her snap at him, and I've seen her say that, like, I'm like, I don't like that. But I also don't like that he's using his platform to, throw shots at her when she's not doing the same. She just used the media by giving an interview, but she doesn't have a blog to say to her fans, "Hey guys, I'm going to expose this and that and the other." No, that's not how you handle stuff, especially if y'all are in the same, council meeting. Like, that's not what you do. But, I'm not surprised that it's been going this way at all. Yeah, be more selective about who you vote for. And I honestly think, King's Kid, that they really meant well by putting the people that they did there. There's just different things that are happening. And maybe I'll do a video where I can show you guys, like, a combination of all the beefs. Like I said, I've been watching when they're all together. Maybe I'll do that so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Because you're going to be like, what the fuck? What is this? What Love and Hip Hop is this crap? They both go at it. It's not good. It's not. He can't sue her for that. It's an opinion statement. You know what, First Liberty Podcast? When the news broke about him being investigated, you know what Jason Lee did? He immediately went to his social media talking about he's going to get channels taken down. So for me, it's like he threatens that. I don't put it past him to try to threaten any type of, like, I'm going to shut your ass up or anything like that, because he does that. Even if he tried, the bar is ridiculously hard. Yeah, but people get around it. So I'm not surprised. He's threatened that before. He did it on his social media. Anybody talking about, he said it. And this is why I'm very careful when I talk about it. I have an opinion. I don't necessarily agree with everything that Jason's done. I do believe he could be an asset, but I don't like the way in which he's handling this thing at all. And yeah, could you please make a video with those? Yes, I will. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. He may be holding them accountable behind the scenes, maybe, and they want him out. But ATP, who knows what's happening behind scenes? I'm surprised he's on council. You know what? And is it Kia or Kaya? Shout out to you, love. I honestly believe, like I said, I truly believe that people elected him in that position because they truly wanted to see some level of change. I'm here for it. And I think that I would have voted for him because I think that he brought something well in the background. And I could have seen some him leveraging of like how to make the city and bring more money in and more people to the city, right? Like I could see some of that. But it's when you're in this council meeting, it's like Jason Lee already has a target on his back. Don't let them, get you out of this character or stereotype you in a way that's what they want to see from you. And that's the piece that I'm like, I really wish he would do something different and use his platform differently too, because it's on Facebook, it's everywhere. He will start running mouth about just about anybody he doesn't like. Why? Let the people do that. Why are you doing it in that position? It just don't sound right, honestly. He said he also brings the outsider politician vibe that people like. That's right. Some people don't. I don't like politicians. I don't. So I'm here for it, but he needs to understand that you got to act accordingly, if you know what I mean. Yes, I would agree. It's Stockton. If you've been to Stockton, you would know kind of, what you deal with and stuff like that. But I can appreciate that they're trying to do better. It just doesn't seem like they are, and they're not holding each other accountable. And when it's like that, then you have to kind of wonder about transparency. It's not a good look. But yeah, that is the Jason Lee news. And so I do wonder what's going to happen, who's going to be removed, because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like they're trying to remove people out of those positions, you guys. And that's crazy work. Okay. We do have to move on, guys, for the sake of time. We are going to talk about, is it Chris? Hold up. I'm going to play the news media. This story was not one that I talked about because it makes me so upset. This dad who left his 2-year-old in a hot ass car who died, right? 2-year-old, while he was looking at material of the self-fulfilling type. Okay. If you know this case, put a 1 in the chat. Please, if you know this case, put a 1 in the chat. This is the case of, I have not talked about it because this would be that one case that would really, really make me mad. I'm already getting mad just even thinking about it. He was searching for material of the self-fulfilling kind while he left his 2-year-old in the car. Okay. He has taken his life. The dad has. Okay. This is the Law and Crime body cam footage. I had seen it and heard it, and I said, ooh, do I really want to talk about this? What's going on? He took his life. I'm going to try to play here a little bit of it. Anjanette Levy, hold up. This is the dad right here.
On charges of second-degree murder and child abuse, but he didn't show up. Scholtes had appeared for all of his prior court appearances, but on Wednesday, he was a no-show at court in Pima County, Arizona. That was cause for concern. Where was Christopher Scholtes, and why didn't he show up for court? He was ordered to turn himself in by the end of the day, but that would not happen. Authorities in Phoenix, about an hour's drive from Marana, where Scholtes had lived with his family when his daughter Parker died in their driveway in July of 2024, said Scholtes was found dead around 5.
She died in the parkway of there. She was in the car. She died there. She was 2 years old, guys.
5 a.m. in a home there. There aren't a lot of details available about the circumstances surrounding Christopher Scholtes' death, but one thing certainly comes to mind. His life was ruined. He was going to prison for 30 years to serve time for the murder and child abuse of his beautiful daughter. He had been a stay-at-home dad prior to that and had what appeared to be a pretty nice life. His wife was a doctor. They had a beautiful home and children. And
but mind you, there was a message when they had to rush this baby girl to the hospital. I told you not to. You forgot, and I told you not to do this. Yada yada yada. And he was self-fulfilling himself. That's what he was looking for, material to self-fulfill, while his child passed away in the car.
Scholtes would have to live with what he had done for the rest of his life, most of which would be spent behind prison walls.
Crazy.
It would be a miserable, miserable existence for sure. What he did to Parker was incredibly selfish. He didn't forget she was in the car. He left her there on purpose after the evidence showed he'd been told not to leave her in the car many, many times before.
Look at that. And that was a message from the wife.
Parker Scholtes died for no reason at all. Let's take a look back at the case, starting with the 911 call that day in July 2024.
What are you reporting? She was in the car sleeping. She's unresponsive. Okay. And
This is crazy, man. And then they start, I cannot even, this just pisses me off. The CPS report that was sent. So every time a child dies, they send a CPS report and they do one, right? So Parker Scholtes is the 2-year-old little, the 2-year-old child. I'm sorry. I'm like getting upset even reading this. It's a fatality. And this is what the report says, that the child was residing in the home when the following incident occurred. On July 9, 2024. Oh, excuse me. This is not. Hold up. This can't be it. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. This is not. I have to text. Somebody was looking for reports for me, and we were looking to see if some of these CPS reports were public. That's the wrong report. My bad. I should have checked that before. Anyways, sometimes these CPS reports are public. And we were able to access them. And for whatever reason, we had access to one, but that's not the right one. That's not the family. So we're going to pull, let me see, and let me text, let them know that that was the wrong report. Okay. No, I don't want a subscription of that. Give me 1 second. Anyways, so Arizona dad whose daughter too died, because that one, that's a wrong report. Oh my gosh. All right, thank you. Died in a hot car while in search for material, is found dead ahead of his sentencing. So he self-deleted. 38 years old. This is the dad. Okay, and that was that's the news today that broke earlier. He was found dead on the same day that he was due to turn himself ahead of sentencing on November 21st. So again, he is from Arizona. He pled guilty to murdering his 2-year-old daughter after she died in a hot car parked in a family's driveway. Okay. And Christopher Scholtes, 38, was found November 5th. Today, according to the Maricopa County Coroner's records, his cause of death is still under investigation. An autopsy will be performed, but results are expected until early 2026. So they discovered his body after responding to a call at about 5:22 a.m. The Pima County Attorney's Office has yet to comment on Scholtes' death. He died on the same day he was to turn himself in following a court hearing, after which he would have remained in custody until the sentencing on November 2nd. I'm gonna tell you something. Look, yeah, it does move fast, absolutely. You said his oldest daughter was going to sue him for emotional abuse. Oh man. He needed to serve time. That's what he needed to do. I'm just being honest with y'all. I know it's harsh. He needed to serve time. That's what he needed to do. Okay? He took the coward way out. He did. That's I mean, you guys don't have to agree with me. But he took the coward way out. Okay? And I don't like, this is when you're facing this, and he knew he was going to be taken in. Okay. And he took the coward way out, guys. He did. I'm sorry. Especially when you have to face time. He deserves to be behind bars. He deserved to be there. Give me 1 sec, y'all, because I feel myself getting upset, and I'm going to get some water real quick. Okay, sorry. I just got my water. That's my thought on that, okay? If he had gone to trial, he would have faced the possibility of life in prison, even the death penalty. He took the coward way. He didn't want to spend a day in prison. Okay, he was the father of 3, was arrested after leaving his youngest child in the car while he sat inside playing video games. Okay. And this, okay, hold up. And it turns out that he also searched that material on his PlayStation for a few minutes during that time, but the judge in the case issued an order earlier. Thank you. I'm trying to be very careful how I say things. He was a raging alcoholic. You said he had stole some beers before going home, got home and played video games, and then searched for the adult videos with his child. See what I'm saying is like, I intentionally did not intentionally block this story. Hold up. Let me see, because I want to look at that report that was sent to me that I was like, is this even accurate? Hold up. I just want to make sure that this is the accurate report. Yeah. Okay. So CPS released a summary, and I was like, this can't be accurate. But because I'm looking at the time, but I'm like, maybe yes. Hold up. Let me look at something else real quick while I'm here. See, they wrote that the 2-year-old's a male and she's a female. So I don't know. This is one of the reports that they released out for the public. So July 9, 2024, the Department of Child Safety received a report regarding 2-year-old Parker Scholtes, who was found unresponsive after her father left the child sleeping in a vehicle in the family driveway. Parker was transported to the hospital where she was pronounced deceased. On August 1st, and it says 2024, the father, Christopher Scholtes, was indicted by Pima County Grand Jury on charges of first-degree murder and child abuse in relation to Parker's death. On August 20, 2025, the department substantiated the allegations of neglect to Parker by the father. So he was facing a lot. And damn, there was a lot of CPS history behind the parents, by the way. They literally just released some of that. Damn. They typically don't do that. So that's interesting that it's available for everybody to read. Anyways, how could a father yeah, he's not a he. That's why I'm like, is that really the report? That's why I had I had somebody search it for me and they were able to pull it up, but I don't think. I'm like, that's not a he, it's a she. Yeah, he was searching, I guess, on it on the PlayStation. Isn't that crazy? That's what the People article said too. It was his wife who discovered the child when she arrived home that day. Some 3 hours after he left the child. So she had gone out to do errands and then she came back at, like, that's crazy. That vehicle was at 109 degrees. Guys, this is Arizona. Arizona is like a whole different level. Yep, look at this. Look at this. He got in trouble before leaving his children in the car and a DUI. Hold up. Is that what the history says? Oh my God. This guy has a huge history. Let me see if I can search it. Hold on. Hold up. Car care. Hold up. Oh. Yeah, you're right. This was not the first time. The department meaning the caseworker, reminds all caregivers to double check for their children in cars. This is not the first time that he did this. Like, this was I may have to do a separate pre-recorded video on this so I can break this down a little bit more, because I'm looking more and there's a lot of investigative information about like how he neglected his children. And it's not the first time he's left his children in the car. That's crazy. I didn't think this was the right report, or at least not the right child, but it looks like it is. And these reports are on dad. So why is dad consistently a caregiver for this kid? Mom is a whole doctor. Why did she leave this man to watch over for these kids when he has had a lot of, and these are different reports. January 2017. This is other children, because she's only 2, the child that died. So he had 2014, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different incidences revolving Christopher the father. So he already had a history of neglecting his kids. So why would the mama just leave? Like, what the hell is wrong with her too? Yes. A whole doctor, they can't afford a babysitter? Come on now. Exactly. You can't get a babysitter, take him to daycare. Like, what the hell? I'm checking. Let's see what else. I'm trying to see. Anyways, I'll have to do a separate video on this, but see, I can't talk about some of these because it really, really pisses me off when it comes to these reports. A lot of those, they are unsubstantiated. You're right. A lot of them. When they're looking at this, they're looking at how many calls. And so that's why I'm like, they're putting everything up there. There might be 9. There are a lot of unsubstantiated incidences, but it does kind of make you wonder, well, was there any merit? Because clearly he left his 2-year-old who died. If he had left another child in the car, this was not the first time. Now, the death of a child, now this is where we're at now today, right? And now he's taken his life. And no shade. That's what it sounds like. He's a stay-at-home dad, but really? What you got to watch your kids. What are you doing? Just like a stay-at-home mom. He was probably stay-at-home dad because he couldn't hold a job if he had a drinking problem, or but you're looking at material on PlayStation. And where are your kids while you're looking at this material? The PlayStation. What do you got, like a small TV, or is it like in a living room, or what? It's a PlayStation, right? That's what I want to know. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Let me know what you guys think. Okay. Let's get it together. Where's the smoke? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah. I don't like that. I told y'all I really struggle with some of those stories and situations. I don't like it. I don't. All right, guys. Moving on. Sorry, that just put me in a mood. Let's talk about soft white underbelly real quick. And I might cut this video to kind of make a little bit of a shorter video because I know we've gone under a couple of tangents. Okay. Come on. I'm waiting for my screen to appear. Okay, let me drop this. It's not wanting to share my screen. Here it is. Okay. I've talked about soft white underbelly here a lot, right? A lot of you guys have seen me talk about it. We've talked about different things when it comes to soft white underbelly. Well, I gotta show you guys this video.
Watch another.
Mark Laita decides to do a video about Rebecca. And this video is like telling people, don't enable Rebecca's behavior anymore. She was supposed to go in treatment. She's become a celebrity. Don't enable her behavior. Just watch this shit.
So you're about to watch another Rebecca video, yet another Rebecca video. Rebecca was supposed to go to rehab recently. And as you'll find out in this video, that didn't happen. Surprise, surprise. I just wanted to do this little message at the beginning of this video because I think what's happening is people are recognizing Rebecca on the street now that she's become like a social media star.
Just kind of like they were recognizing Amanda Rabb, just kind of like how they recognize Nova, Tanea, who else? A lot of other personalities that have sat at that chair and talked to Mark Laita. Yeah, just kind of like that, right? These people, who else? The Whitakers. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are helping her financially.
Oh, no shit.
And encouraging her to keep up this kind of behavior. And what that does is it keeps Rebecca exactly where she is or getting worse, as you'll see in this video.
Wait, encouraging what kind of behavior? Because you haven't, right? Okay, hold up.
Message at the beginning of this video because I think what's happening is people are recognizing Rebecca on the street now that she's become like a social media star. And I think a lot of people are helping her financially and encouraging her to keep up this kind of behavior.
Really?
And what that does...
Please note that if it wasn't for the behavior that Rebecca has, she probably wouldn't be on Soft White Underbelly. That's what attracted... This is the plug, right? That's why they appear as Soft White Underbelly. Not for anything else other than for the behavior, for the drug addiction, for the mental illness, whatever it may be, right? For the situations that they're going through currently. That's the only reason.
Is it keeps Rebecca exactly where she is or getting worse, as you'll see in this video. Cosmo, Ainsley, and I had a long conversation about Rebecca, and we decided to just dry her out. Just not give her any support, no more hotel rooms, no more financial support, just to kind of like show her how life would be if we weren't giving her handouts. And I think she's become very entitled. I see people giving her money all the time. You can see what she's spending it on in this video.
Okay, so she's becoming very entitled. Literally, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I would agree, Cheeks, on that statement. He has set Rebecca, the Whitakers. This is why I don't understand why people can give this man any kind of flowers. I don't give a shit. I don't give him any flowers. People literally give this man a lot of flowers and a lot of kudos for helping the Whitakers when they're clearly there's a whole investigation happening with some of these content creators because some of these people allegedly potentially might have scammed people. I don't know. Okay. Please play this video and tell this to yourself, Mark Laita, because I don't get it. Are you talking to us? Because you're not talking to me, because I never enabled any of that shit.
And I just think it would be good if we all as a team, if we really want what's best for Rebecca, to not help her financially. If you want to give her encouragement to like get clean and do all that,
yeah,
that's great. But to just treat her like a star because she's a train wreck and slip her $100, as I see people doing all the time, you know where that's going to lead, and it's just not going to be a pretty picture. So,
oh, really?
I'm just pointing that out. Take it for what you want. Do what you like. But I just think, I care about Rebecca. I'd like to see her do better in life.
Oh.
And this is not the way.
This is a tough video that we're about to watch.
It would have been different. And I think about this. I'm like, okay, I can understand maybe one video. I don't know. In my mind, where it's like, okay, Rebecca is making the choice to make a video, right? If that is, because there are content creators out there. Like there's one that follows the homeless people and then they record, when whatever might be happening. Okay. But Mark Laita has literally made this the brand, right? And he takes it upon himself and he says, I am showing people things that they don't want to talk about. This is the underbelly. This is the underbelly of this and that. And people don't know what poverty looks like. They don't know what drug addiction looks like. They don't know what a dual diagnosis is, right? So he's showing us. He's created a lot of this shit. People don't talk about Amanda Rabb, okay? Amanda Rabb, another situation. They hooked her on. They had the whole conservatorship, guardianship, whatever. Y'all, we saw that play out. Okay. He brought in Lima. Amanda Rabb died in rehab. Exploited her, and her face is still on some kind of like fundraising for this stupid company. Like, it's crazy work with headsets. Yeah, he acts like he owns Rebecca. You can't force people to go to rehab. But if you truly care about Rebecca, you wouldn't be doing this shit that you have done. And this is not the first video. There's multiple videos of Rebecca out there. Multiple. So now you're sitting here telling the people, if you really want to help her, don't give her any money. Let her hit rock bottom. Really? Now people are supposed to listen to you? But when you were doing it, it was fine. Where's the housing? Yeah. Build some houses with some of that. Literally. I'll wait. That is crazy. That is crazy. And people that don't want to get, like, I look at Rebecca and there's clearly multiple things happening here, right? It's not as it's not as easy as just putting somebody on rehab, guys. It really isn't. And somebody who, might have not only that dual diagnosis situation, not only is it substance, but there might be some underlying, mental issues that we don't know. We don't know her family history. We don't know her history. Some of the stuff might also be maybe push on psychosis based on some of the drugs that she's been using, or, might have been caused by that. We don't know any of that, right? So to push people into rehab when you don't know and you're thinking you're doing right by pushing them, and I get it. People should be able to address their issues that they have along with the addict. Does that make sense? So this is a lot of enabling that Mark Laita has done. And he's basically turned that shit on everybody else here. Don't do this, don't do that, but you've done it. Okay. And this video is really bad, by the way.
It's probably the worst Rebecca's ever been, I think.
She's very skinny.
She lost a ton of weight and is just...
The eyes say so much.
Yeah, her behavior's just been as insane as ever. You guys don't see a lot of the stuff that happens behind the scenes, but you'll see some of it here. So this is our Rebecca.
And you're trying to set it up again, right?
Yeah, and again, we're giving another opportunity, but I'm not very hopeful because I've...
And by the way, the people here, I was reading some of the comments when this video first came out, and it was kind of like, can you not do this kind of content anymore? Can you just leave Rebecca alone? Like, people were telling him, leave Rebecca alone. Don't do this kind of content. Why are you doing this? He's going to do whatever the hell he wants, right? Okay.
I've seen her.
So we were hoping maybe instead of I love
times.
you, Rebecca, we were hoping, Rebecca, we can't wait to see you clean. I don't know if that would work. I don't even know if that would work. But I hear her come in and she says, people love me. They just tell me they love me everywhere, which I don't know what to do with that. I mean, we do love her. We get it. But
how about you just leave it alone? How about that? How about you don't create videos about her, the assistant that's speaking? How about you just stop? How about you should have stopped with Amanda Rabb and you didn't?
It's keeping her
by
sick.
giving her money and telling her she's awesome.
It's
only encourages her to keep doing what she's doing. And you'll see here what that's created. So
anyway, pure love to Rebecca, but
yeah,
let's all help together to try to get her to rehab.
That would be great.
Okay.
Enjoy the video.
Have a good day, guys.
Enjoy the video. Have a good day, guys. This is some trash ass behavior. Literally.
Good morning, Mr. Laita.
Good morning.
And we're supposed to be okay with this. You don't have to put her on the camera. Hold up, y'all. You don't have to put her on the camera, and you did. And you have. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to put her on this is a choice that Mark Laita is making. He's made that choice to put her there. But then he wants to tell people, that's right. Platforming, showing another video, baby K? For what? That's what happened with Amanda Rapp. They just kept doing it. I mean, we literally saw Amanda, shaking in certain aspects. Like, we really want to get her help, but don't enable her. What are you talking about? Says the person that's got, I don't know, fucking 8 videos of this situation out there. That's crazy. Yes, he does. And then every time you speak out against it, oh, you got those little fan stands there. I'm not playing this thing, but I'm letting y'all know. I was like, that is such hypocrisy out of Mark Laita. Honestly, it's a really bad, it's a sad video. It's sad to see her. And then he starts playing this good guy, bad guy, the bad guy. If you don't get into rehab, I'm done with you. And then he starts kind of talking to her some kind of way. And I'm like, oh, but you weren't doing that before when she was talking to you about certain aspects. You do this shit all the time. You're trash. And so is your assistant. Yes, peddling, suffering, and not actually helping. I've seen YT do that. It's crazy. Anyways, that's as much as I'm going to play on that. Y'all let me know what you guys think in the comments. I don't want to give it any more views. I got to go tend to baby bunny because she's doing the most right now. Okay. Y'all let me know what you guys think in the comments. I don't know. Yeah, and that's the question. That's the question. How are they able to consent if they're under the influence of anything? Ask yourselves that question. Because you can't consent, right? If you're under the influence of some stuff, like you can't, right? But here you got the whole camera with the whole, life touch background on there. As if this was like a freaking, I don't know, high school picture. That's crazy. You can't consent if you're under the influence. Anyways, I'm done. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Bye, guys.